What is up, YouTube? We're back with another YouTube video, and we're here with a VELES Labyrinth Legend Lost Sector guide. Now, where you can find this is on the Cosmodrome. So when you open your Destinations tab, right here in the middle bottom area, you're gonna see Cosmodrome. Spawn in there, and what I recommend doing is spawning in on the steps. Now, as you can see, if I ping it, and you're at the if you're in orbit, it'll tell you to spawn in here. It'll have Skywatch like glowing or whatever, like basically saying spawn here because it's closer. While it is closer, this little complex area here is pretty annoying to go through, especially if you're trying to go with your Sparrow, because there's literally so many ads here, fallen enemies that are just gonna shoot you the whole time. So what I recommend doing is spawning in at the steps. And now what we're gonna do is, it is gonna take an extra like minute to get there, but in my opinion it's worth it, because you're gonna see we're gonna make our way here, then just like normal get past all the enemies, cut your way over here, go straight across, and here you're gonna enter the new area of the map. Just give it a second right here. And now once you reach this little airplane area, you're gonna see this left side up here. Ignore all of that, just keep going this way to the little mountain area, I guess you can say, and then we're gonna keep going over here. And you can see this whole time I'm using my Sparrow. I'm not getting shot by anything, only at the start, and it's relatively easy. You can't really get lost here. And here you're gonna see we got some fallen on their little Sparrow vehicle things. They are shooting at me, so that's annoying. But you're gonna see these ships, and it's gonna be this one where you're gonna find the Lost Sector flag. Now, if we don't see this flag here or the icon on your map, that means you have to complete it normally. So when you get here, jump inside the ship right here. I don't know what part of the ship that's called. I'm not a boat slash ship guy, so I don't have a very big vocabulary for that besides calling it that. Now once you get in here at a certain point, you're gonna see Lost Sector discovered, and just give it a second right there. Now continue on, make sure to kill everything. You're gonna have to do the whole hive symbol thing if you don't know, but just complete it normally. Then make sure you kill everything, loot the chest, kill the boss at the end, and you'll unlock Legend and Master difficulty for this Lost Sector. Now we're gonna run back up here, and then we're also going to go over the modifiers right now. So here's the modifiers. We have shielded foes deal face combines with arc and solar shields. Legend modifiers: locked loadout and extra shields. Equipment locked, limited revives. Barrier and unstoppable champions. Arc threat, 25% increase to incoming arc damage. Fire pit: when defeated, acolytes spawn fire pools to cause damage over time. We have overcharged weapons. Weapon overcharges from the seasonal artifact are active in this activity. Kinetic weapons do increased damage when your subclass element matches an active surge. Then arc surge, 25% bonus to outgoing arc damage. Strand surge, 25% bonus to outgoing strand damage. And then overcharged shotgun, which is 25% bonus to shotgun damage. Now, if completed solo, exotic chest armor is rare, enhancement cores are uncommon, and recommended power is 1830. 1815 and above, you should be fine. But would I recommend farming this Lost Sector? No, not at all. If you need the Triumph or something like that, that's the only time I would recommend doing this. But in terms of farming this, nope, I don't recommend it. It's just, in my opinion, not that good of a Lost Sector. But we're going to get into the build now, and then we'll get into the gameplay. So here's the little build slash loadout that I have put together. You're going to see for subclass, we're running Arc subclass, Gathering Storm Super. Then we have Marksman Dodge with triple jump, disorientating blow, and storm grenades. Now one thing I want to note, you can run combination blow, but whatever you do, just use whatever you're comfortable with. Now in terms of aspects, lethal current and flow state. Now if you want, you can change one of these and throw on Tempest Strike, so while sliding you activate your charged melee ability to unleash a devastating uppercut attack that travels along the ground in front of you, damaging and jolting targets it hits. This is good because you can take advantage of the thrall that spawn in groups, and one uppercut will get rid of a whole group. And you're going to see in the gameplay there's one part towards the end where because I'm so used to using Tempest Strike that even when I don't have it on, I think that I have it on, and I went for a slide and I forgot that it's not on. So I do want to note, make sure you, if you're used to doing that, make sure you have on your Tempest Strike. But if not, this is what I got going on: Lethal Current and then Flow State. Now, in terms of fragments, Spark of Resistance, Spark of Ions, Spark of Recharge, and Spark of Amplitude. Now, for my kinetic weapon, Malfeasance. This is great because it can stun unstoppable champions with the unstoppable rounds that it has on. And it has kinetic damage, which is increased because we're using a subclass that matches the Arc Surge. And the same thing would be present if you use a Strand subclass, because then you're taking advantage of the Surge, which will give you a kinetic weapon buff. So that's why we're running Malfeasance. And then for my secondary, Dark Decider auto rifle, and it could be any auto rifle. I recommend it being Arc though, that way you can take advantage of the Arc burn, while also having something capable of breaking barrier champion shields. So that's the only reason I have this on, to be honest. And again, make sure you have the barrier, anti-barrier auto rifle perk from the artifact, which I'll go over in a little bit. For my heavy, Circular Logic, just so we can have a Strand heavy weapon, and since it's Strand, it's going to do increased damage. If you want, you could put like a Arc LMG like Swarm or something, but I just like having Circular Logic. So there's that. Now for the armor, Ashes to Assets with Kinetic Siphon and Arc Siphon. Ashes to Assets will give you bonus super energy on grenade kills, and then a Rapid Kinetic Siphon or Rapid Kinetic Weapon Final Blows create Orbs of Power, and Arc Siphon is Rapid Arc Weapon Final Blows create an Orb of Power. So we're generating orbs with Rapid Weapon Final Blows, and again, Kinetic, and then Arc, and then we're not going to generate orbs with our heavy with Strand because we don't have a Strand Siphon mod on. Then for our arms, we have Firepower. Your grenade final blows create Orbs of Power. Grenade Kickstart, when your grenade energy is fully expended, you gain grenade energy. And then Arc Loader, which increases reload speed of arc weapons. I mainly have this on because this auto rifle, it shoots 60 shots, and the reload is kind of long, so I rather just have Arc Loader so I can reload a little faster. Then for the chest piece, this is Artifice Armor, and it has 3 arc damage resistant mods. I know it only shows 2 in the little preview, but you can see I have 3 on, so you can take less damage from all the arc enemies here. Then for the leg armor, we are running the exotic Star Eater scales, and it has better already. Your health begins to regenerate immediately after picking up an Orb of Power. Then we have an Arc Weapon Surge and a Kinetic Weapon Surge, and these allow us to do increased damage with our Arc and Kinetic weapons. So whenever we pick up an orb, our auto rifle and our hand cannon will do increased damage. And then we have 2 time dilation mods, which is your decaying armor charge has a longer duration. So we're really trying to make sure we get as much use out of these orbs as much as possible. That way we can have that weapon damage buff for as long as possible. And then Bomber, which reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. So every time we dodge, we're going to help reduce our grenade cooldown. Now for the artifact, I recommend you get the anti-barrier auto rifle mod so you can have this work. Authorized mods Arc. Make sure you got this electric armor, that way you stay amplified longer with your Arc subclass. Countercharge, Thunderous Retort, so if you're one shot, you can throw your super and it'll do increased damage. And this is not necessary, but I was giving this a try because I use Circular Logic a lot, and if you take a look at the trait that it has, the origin trait, you can see it has nanotech tracer rockets, and landing multiple hits turns your next shot into a homing micro rocket. Now what these 2 perks do is it greatly improves the benefits provided by nanotech tracer rockets, as well as other origin perks for other weapon sets. And it also says weapons with the nanotech tracer rockets with those traits are always overcharged weapons for you when that modifier is active. So just keep that in mind. That way, this is doing a little increased damage, and you don't have to worry too much about activating something or whatever. It's already done. And I could have one more artifact slot, but as you can see, I'm 11 out of 12. So you can put on whatever you want, something like Arc Final Blows when you're amplified. That could be something you want to do if you want to run with the Arc Auto Rifle, or if you want to use something like this. Targets affected by a strand debuff takes increased damage from Arc if that's a little build you're trying to run or something. But you can see you have options at other stuff that you want to put on. So that's going to do it for the loadout here. Now we're going to get into the gameplay. So you can see we just started, and you're going to be in this little cave area, which is like most of the lost sector. Now once you reach this first part here, just shoot this little rune template slash plate. I'm just going to call them plates going forward. So that's what I'm referring to if you just hear me say plate or something like that. Is those little hive little symbol things. So here you're going to have a barrier champion as well as some ads. Watch out for the barrier champion because they do... Oh, looks like this one's doing solar damage, okay. I don't know why I thought they did arc damage, but that's besides the point. Let's stun the champion here, and then go back to using our heavy. Boom. Now you can see I'm detained here because of this. So every time you see these little trap things, just make sure you shoot them. But also shoot this symbol here so we can move into the next room. Because you can see, once you shoot that, it allows you to go over here. Now right here we're going to have some thrall, so I'm just going to get rid of these enemies. And now you can see my first symbol here. You're going to need to find two. So here's my first one. I'm not going to shoot it yet. But here you're also going to find some enemies. Let's deal with these enemies. And you're also going to have cursed thrall, so watch out. And I got a thrall behind me. I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to throw a nade there so they die. Because they will blow you up if you don't deal with them. So I recommend just kind of standing here, letting them all spawn in. And I think my nade actually triggered my second one here. One thing to note is sometimes those plate slash ruin things, like I said, you can see the symbol is on this one and the other one. Sometimes there's going to be no symbol, but you'll see the little circular plate. Just shoot it. It's going to count for the progress. But here's going to be your other area where cursed thrall are going to spawn. So you can see, deal with those. I think we should be good now. So we got that plate that was in here. So if you're having a hard time figuring out where they could be, they can be random, okay? So they're not going to be in the same spot every time. But here's one spot, one potential spot, I should say. Boom. And then our other one is down here to the right. I'm going to shoot that. And this one is located right at the start when you start running through the little cave system. Right after the whole first barrier champion. So you can see this is the room from the barrier champion. And you just go right here and you'll see a symbol, hopefully. But if you don't have those symbols, just look around. They're pretty easy to spot if you know what you're looking for. So we're gonna just follow our way over here, and we're gonna just try to run straight down to the edge of this. Now you're gonna have some enemies pushing you, and I'm just gonna wait because there's gonna be a barrier champion. I'm gonna just throw this now. You're gonna see thrall, and there's the barrier champion. I'm going to stun the barrier champion, and we should get rid of him with the super. There we go. We're also going to have other enemies. You're going to see thrall, cursed thrall. Acolytes are going to stand back there, and these guys are fast. Jesus. Okay, I'm amplified. Thank goodness. Get me away from these thrall. And again, cursed thrall with an orange health bar. It's the stuff of nightmares, I'm going to be honest with you, but thank the Lord for Arc subclass with amplified. Just get rid of these. I don't know why they don't all push at the same time with the champion. That way the super kills them, but it is what it is. Now that we've cleared them out, deal with these acolytes. Top right here, this top area, that you're gonna have a barrier champion as well. So prepare yourself to have to deal with that. And once you do a certain amount of damage to the Barrier Champion's health bar, you are going to cause more ads to spawn, which are going to be more Thrall. But you're also going to have this Shrieker. That's when it's going to open up and try to start shooting at you. So as of right now, if you wanted to, like you can see, I can run over here and the Shrieker's not going to shoot at me. But once you do a certain amount of damage to the Barrier Knight, like once you get him like half health, that's when you want to be a little more concerned on where you're running and stuff. So what I'm going to do is take my heavy out, make sure it's fully loaded. That way I don't stun him and then I got to worry about reloading during DPS on the champion. But you're going to see I'm going to start using some of my heavy. And I used the wrong weapon. Wow. I'm going to do some damage here. I'm going to push up real close to him so I can try to get that finisher. Now you're going to see the Trawler right here. And I'm going to hide behind this box. It looks like I'm out of range for the... Okay, yeah, the Unstoppable Champion is there. You don't have to worry too much about him because he can't push you. And if you stay right here in this little corner, you should be fine. Now I am going to stun him. Just, there we go. And I only had one shot, so let's reload and try that again. There we go. And obviously if you were closer you would be doing more damage, but I'm just gonna do it from a distance here. Okay, game, this is not good. Just keep doing some damage since, you know what, it's pretty much my best bet to keep using Malfeasance. That way I can just keep stunning them without having to switch weapons. Throw this Arcnade. That's over. Nah, it's pretty good. Pretty good throw. Thought I overshot it. And he's so low. We should get it. There we go. Now, there's an enemy somewhere here. I don't know if that's supposed to be the Shrieker. Oh no, it's this Thrall. So I'm going to show you is if you go a little close. I don't know why the Shrieker isn't opening up. I just did this run prior. My prior run here, I did damage and the Shrieker opened up. But okay, looks like it's not opening up. I don't know. To be honest, I can't tell you why it's not doing that. But here you're going to see an Arc Shielded Knight. Just going to use my nade. Use Malfeasance to hit the crit. Easy kill. Finisher here, why not? Now you're gonna see the Shrieker is pretty much, it has its eye open, it's open, and you can just take damage and then run away, to be honest, if you're taking too much damage here. It's crazy how it's doing damage like that. I'm just gonna run over here. So you're going to see if you run back here, it's going to close its eye, then it's going to open once you approach. Alright, I don't know why it's so delayed, but there we go. I'm just using heavy to get rid of it. What I should have done in the first place. Now this is the boss area right here. Now you're going to see this big portal, low hive portal. Deal with that. I am going to stay back here just so I have a nice safe spot and everything. But we're going to hit that melee, try to stun them off. Like I mentioned earlier in the build thing, if you have uppercut, you could have used it in situations like that with multiple Thrall, but I'd rather just stun them because I'm not really focusing too much on using a melee to begin with. Let me see, we got some ads, and once you clear out a good amount of ads, yeah, there's going to be the wizard. Now here... Let's just deal. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be 2 bosses or something like that here. I haven't done this in a while. But let's just do some damage and see what happens. But I'm about to just use my super, to be honest, because this is just annoying. I'm gonna heal for a little bit. So I could have sworn more ads spawn. Alright, yeah, you can see more ads are spawning. Hit her with the super, that way wherever she moves the staff is gonna be doing damage as well. You can see we killed her and then it dropped to the floor. We're gonna have more enemies here. You're gonna see some acolytes. Trying to get these orbs. Deal with these enemies. And here you're gonna see more ads spawning. And there's the actual final boss. See, I knew there was something that was supposed to happen. I was thinking in my head, like, bro, did I really just mess that up? You can see another boss. A whole lot of cursed thrall, so deal with these. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of this lost sector, to be honest. I do not recommend trying to farm this. I don't think I mentioned that earlier, to be honest, which I probably should have. I'll just re-record it after this anyway. But you're gonna see this guy here. I'm going to use my arc super about, actually hold on, these two orbs are right here. Oh, and that wizard is there. Alright, we got ×4. That was a bad super. But yeah, we still made it work. Pretty embarrassing though. I'm still gonna upload it to YouTube because I don't want to do another run here. But use our heavy for that. And the portal should close, and now you should be able to go up here and claim your reward from the chest. No exotic. This by no means is like a farmable lost sector in my opinion. The 11-minute 34 run is now over. But that's gonna do it for this. I don't recommend it, like I mentioned, to farm it. If anything, there's other lost sectors that are very easy later on in the rotation. I do want to mention this. I do have a playlist with all the lost sector guides that I have uploaded. Tomorrow, I think, is going to be the last lost sector in the rotation, so then we'll just repeat for the rest of the weeks for the season. So if you're interested in the playlist, I have all of them. Tomorrow will be the last one, and it'll be showing up right now at the end of the video just so you can see it on your screen. But yeah, if you need help with any of the other ones, refer to those videos after tomorrow's last video. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Like, comment, subscribe, drop a follow on Twitch. Make sure you ring the bell so you don't miss another YouTube video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.